Hey guys, this is Feeding Frenzy 91, and I'm talking about The Walking Dead final season episode 3. Now, for those of you who don't know, Skybound has announced that it's coming out January 15th, and these are my top 3 predictions that I believe will be in the episode. Now, these are obviously just my opinion or speculation, and I'm going to start off with the one that I think is less likely to be there, and then end with the one that I think is most likely to be there. So let's start. Number 3, the other group will have a familiar face. Now, what do I mean by the other group? Lilly said that Delta was in war with another group and that's why they needed child soldiers. Well, I believe that at some point in episode 3, Clem and the other kids will bump into that group somehow, whether they catch them in the middle of a gunfight or something like that, whether they just are running away and the group captures them or something. I believe that somewhere during the episode, they will run into the other group and it's going to have a familiar face. Now, I don't mean necessarily familiar to Clem. Like, it could be, because as I pointed out in my other series, there are some characters whose fate were unknown. So it is possible that it could be someone that Clem recognizes, but I think it'll be definitely someone that we recognize, whether it be a minor character from the comic or maybe someone else from a video game or something like that. I think that there will be a familiar face in the other group, and I think that Clementine will run into them and maybe we'll be like, oh, look, that's blah, blah, blah from the comics or something like that. I think they're going to throw at least one familiar face from the group that Delta is fighting against. I believe that. Number 2, Lilly will help. Now, I'm not saying that Lilly will help the entire group. I'm not saying she'll turn to their side or whatever and she'll help them get out or whatnot. But I do believe, based on how Lilly still definitely has a soft spot for Clem as she was struggling to pull the trigger in episode 2, I think she really will help Clem. Like maybe at the end where she's just like, Clem, hurry up, go, 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 or something like that. And I really think that Lilly will have some type of epiphany in this episode or whatnot. Whether it be from Clem or from whoever, I really think that Lilly, at one point at least, will help Clem. I don't really think she's going to join the group or really help the entire group, but I do think she will help Clem. And number 1, Lee will be there in some way. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, remember in the episode 3 trailer, for those of you who saw it, if you haven't, spoilers ahead, Lee's voice actor, he is saying audio, but it's not audio we've heard before. It's new audio. So I'm like, wait a minute. They're probably going to have a sequence where Lee is talking to Clem. Now, I'm not talking about like how in the comics, how Michonne used to talk to her boyfriend. I think it was Tyrone. I'm not talking about that. I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want he's not really there, but he's like in Clementine's head. No. None of that. I think that it's going to be a dream sequence. I mean, near the end of the trailer, you even have Clem waking up. So I think that Clem was sleeping and then she has a dream about Lee and he gives her some advice about how to move ahead. And then she wakes up and it's like, okay. And she has to kind of be in Lee's shoes, kind of like what he said in the trailer. So I think he's going to be there in some way. I believe it's going to be a dream sequence, but we'll have to wait till January 15th, I guess, to see. In any case, what do you guys think? What are your predictions for episode 3? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and may God bless you all.